Look who's live. Look who's live. It's story time. Come spend some time with me while I tell you a story. God, I'm exhausted. Fridays are very hectic. I don't know if it's the same thing with you, mate. I don't know. I'll tell a story to the whole time today. Saw that. Ooh. How you guys doing? It's so hot. So you had a rough day. Just a single morning, but crazy, right? Welcome to story time, and I am Sharina. Do you guys read what's the story today about? Let me get myself cozy. How you guys doing today? I can't scream. I'm tired. I don't have energy to scream today. Every time I get into this place, it's too hot. I don't even know for what reason, but it's too hot. Hey mate, who's live? Who's live for story time? Hey, how are you doing today? Whew, God, it's too hot. Did you guys read the story I'm telling today? Did you read the title? It's gonna be a nice story, a teaching story. But I'm feeling so hot. I wish I had like a half top. It's burning in here. How are we doing today? Who's ready for story time? You tune in with me, sit down, listen to the story, listen to what mama say. Hey, your mama say story. Hi, Violet. How you doing? God is hot. I'm burning. I'm burning up. Burning up. It's too hot. Ooh, child. Let me not go and start like finding a little bit. Oof. Do you guys have like hot temperatures in your house? Because I am burning up. I wore this specifically for this because it's going to like, but how y'all doing? Who's ready for story time today? We have story time every single day. It's not on Saturdays. Saturdays is the days for members. We do a full at least 30 minutes to 1 hour stretching on Saturdays if you're a member here at Bill & Flex, and if you're not, on Sundays we actually do another 1 hour stretching. So yeah, we work on body and mind and soul, but every single day I have story time. Not every day though, some days I miss, but today I'm telling a story. I know, it's so soft, right? I love it to sit on it so that my back is not hurting. How are you guys feeling today? How y'all doing today? It's hot. So if you see me like go like like that, it's got some burning. Ooh. Yes, but we're doing story time right now. You just sit back and just listen to story, and I tell story. Somebody say their aunt just died. I'm so sorry to hear that. Really do apologize. Today's story time is gonna be quick. It's gonna be a very short story, but a good story. That's why I'm gonna give you guys time to tune in. You get to ask me questions at the end or right now. God, it's hot. I'm like, yesterday when I finished story time, I was dripping. And I was like, why is it so hot? How do you build a better relationship with your girlfriend? Who's asking? Jennifer Solomon. How you build a better relationship is through communication. Communication is key after love. You fall in love, you're in a relationship, the next step is communication. You are going to talk about almost everything, whether it makes them comfortable or not. As long as it's something they're supposed to talk about, you have to talk about it, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. As long as talk your feelings out, speak your feelings. If they hurt you, tell them how they hurt you, so that you find ways of like dodging those bullets in a relationship. So I think that you have to have communication to have a better relationship with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Yeah, that's what I think. You tell me what you think. And people here, tell us what you think about the question. Second step after love is communication. The other thing is forgiveness. You need to learn to forgive people when they do things in a relationship, and then grow an understanding towards what someone does. So communication, forgiveness, and sacrifice. I'll give you 3 things to go with. Communication, communicate your feelings. Then forgive. Each time you offend each other in a relationship, make sure that if somebody says sorry, forgive them. And the third thing is sacrifice. Sacrifice what you know your partner loves doing and you don't love it, but you sacrifice for love, so that they, you get a 10 out of 10 together, if you understand what I'm saying. So those 3 things will actually help you strengthen your relationship. Even in marriages, when those 3 things lack in marriages don't, I'm saying marriage does not last. I'm about to say marriage. And the question remains, what do you mean by the question remains? What if, yeah, that's why. You're not Jesus Christ, so stop playing. Go play somewhere else. Not in the mood today. I'm tired. It's hot, and you're just here saying some. God, I'm trying to ask God to clean my mouth so you guys don't tempt me. Don't come here saying some. Look, you're not Jesus Christ. If you think you're Jesus Christ, go and get yourself checked. Alright, let's get right into the story time. But I was waiting, right? Because it's gonna be a short story. So this is the time you get to ask me questions and then I get to respond to you, mates. Do faint smell? What is that? What does that mean? Yeah, you remember that for sure. What the hell is a faint? I just don't even know what you're saying. This is a dress, mate. It's long. It's a long dress. What do you see? Y'all just come here to give me a hard time. I'm already sweating. Do you see that? Because it's too hot. You're not here to listen to story time. Get lost. Go somewhere else where you need it. Please and please. Thank you. Don't waste my time. You gotta take your time. What's the rush? My hair is not wet. It's nice and dry. It's nice and dry. Did you guys see the title? So today's story time is gonna be about a beautiful girl that insulted and denied a construction worker. You can, what people call builders, a builder. Someone who builds houses, like construction workers that you find building any estates, companies and houses. Yeah, so that's what we are going to be talking about. It's today's story. That's what we're going to be talking about. So who's ready about that? We're going to be learning. Girls, we're going to be learning something. And boys too, will be learning something. You can't save me. I'm already saved by the blood of Jesus. Go save someone. Go save yourself. Yeah, Jesus loves you too. I know Jesus loves me. That is for sure. Guys, it's so hot. Woo, woo, woo. I even have water, but it's not helping. I love Jesus too. He's my Lord and Savior. Should we start story time? Are you ready? Are you ready for story time? Boy, it's burning in here. All right, let me set the music for story time and let's get right into it. Music, please. Music, please. Some new. I'm just searching for music. And you guys, I just posted chair yoga. Go stretch on your chair. You can stretch in your offices. You can stretch in school. You can, yeah. I don't be stretching at school and get caught. You say that I told you. Don't even think about it. But all I'm saying is that you have no excuse to stretch. And if you go watch the video, let me know if you want some more yoga classes on the chair for my people who can't like go on the floor or the floor is too rough for you and you just want something comfortable in your chair that you can do. There are stretches you can do, and I am planning on bringing those if so many people vote for those stretches to come. I'll bring them, I promise. Hi from New York. What's up, New York? What am I doing? Okay. Time for story time. Let's get right into it. And then we can have questions at the end of story time because it's already 9. Thank you so much. So you. Hi from Sweden. Hi from Boston. It's winter, but it's too hot where I am inside. Not outside, but inside. When you hear music, you know know story time is starting, so let's get right into it. You're ready for today's story? I don't know if I like that. Okay, so once upon a time, in a far, far, far away place. I already say far away place because I don't want to say far, far away kingdom, but once upon a time, there lived a young girl from a young family, and this girl was loved. She had both parents, and her parents were rich, so it was a village where these people lived. It was a village, and this village had people living on it. And you know how villages are. They have elders, they have chiefs, they have everyone, like a community. So you guys may not be, what is it called? You might not know what a village is. You might think of it, but maybe a community. A community sounds small for you, so I'll use a community. So once upon a time, there in a community lived a girl, a young, beautiful girl. She was so gorgeous. She was beautiful from head to toes, and this girl had a family, and her family had a brother and her, the sister. She was the young one, and the brother was the older one. And she had her mom and dad. Her dad was a known person around the community. He was wealthy. He was a wealthy man. He had money, and not a lot of money, but money that people respected him around the village, and people loved him because he was a kind man. But they had a daughter, a daughter that was so gorgeous, maybe the most gorgeous girl around the community. So this girl, she knew she was gorgeous because everyone said, oh, you're so gorgeous, you're so pretty, even in the family. So one day, this is the thing, her background is that the father did not teach her manners or respect. So she was not a respectable kind of girl. She did not respect people around the community. She did not respect those that were older than her. She did not respect anyone at all. Not even the dad, not even the mom, not even anyone around. So time reached. The dad had told, the aunt had told her and the brother that you need to start respecting people, everyone. Like when you find people around the community walking, someone older than you, it's so common back where I come from that you greet someone older than you. They're not the first ones to greet, but you have to actually greet them first, kneel down and be like, good morning, or like on your knees, even if they're not your dad or your mom. But back where I come from, it's like that. But here it's maybe saying hello to someone. So, but this girl knew she was so gorgeous, so she had no respect because she knew someone rich was going to come her way and marry her, take her off, because she was so beautiful. And then she came from a wealthy family. The dad was wealthy, the mom, of course, like the family was a good family, like they had money and they were respected. So she knew that she would be respected because of the wealth of the dad. And the truth is that people respected them. People respected her, respected the brother, and all that. So in that same community, just a few miles from where they live, were builders or construction workers, and they were constructing this building. It was like a big building. It was going to be owned by companies like rentals, something like that. So it was a big company. So there were these construction workers, and you know how construction workers can be. each time she passed by that dude, there is a specific dude who could, like, each time she was coming from the direction, because their road where she came from, the home, faced this construction, this building that these constructors were building. So each time she came and passed by, maybe when the mom has sent her to buy something or she's just going to visit a friend, this is what used to happen. When she passed, this young man could do, I don't know if you guys can do it, this young man could do a thing like just, did I actually really do that? I really do that. I did that. So that is what most villagers, I'll say, I think even men do it here. As you know, construction workers lack what they call respect. They don't have respect. Even if they saw a girl they liked, instead, I'm not talking for all of them, so don't even think of coming for me. I'm not saying all of you guys. It's just people who have no respect. So today's moral anyway is going to be on respect. So some construction workers don't have respect. They usually throw words to girls when they're passing by. Hey, big ass mama, or something like. Oh my God, guys, forgive me, don't report me. I was just showing you an example, like, of what people say. Oh, construction workers, they would be like, you whatever, say something, you biscuit, you got some big strawberries, you got some big mangoes going around, oh my God, you're walking like it's gonna fall, or things like that. So this girl, every time she passed the road and the construction workers, that is what that dude would do. So the friends would be the men who he worked with, were like, haha, they were just like laughing and hyping their man out, because that's what they do. So this young man kept doing that, and this girl could get offended. So instead of keeping quiet, she would say words back to hurt this dude. It could be like, who are you doing that to? Am I your class? When you look at me, am I your class? Do I look like your mom? God love your sister. Don't talk to me like that. I am not your level. When you look at me, can I even love you? You're so ugly. Look at you. You're so poor. You're a construction worker. You don't know where I come from. Don't ever do that to me, you stupid idiot. So she would throw words back at this dude, and this dude would not stop. He would just continue, and that day passes. So the next day, after like some days, she still passes by the road, finds them, and they're constructing, so they're going to be there every single day until the building is done. And they were visitors. This is the thing about construction workers, they might even come from another state to come and construct a building. So they were not of that place. They were coming from a different place, and they were doing construction work. And this girl didn't know that, so she just didn't care. She used to do, so she had a mouth. If you understand that, she had a mouth. She, not only with this dude, but even with people around. Like, if a woman could say anything, be like, can you help me, go buy for me something like this? You know how people be teasing. I know it's not here because you can't send someone's daughter or son here that go buy me something. But where I grew from, they could even beat you. A neighbor would beat you, literally, if you bring something they didn't send you. And they're not going to pay you, but they're sending you out, right? So they don't even care. They would even beat you to go and bring something for them. But this girl, she would be like, don't send me. Do I look like your son? You don't recognize your daughter? I'm not your daughter. Don't send me. Go get it yourself. Each time someone asks for something, be like, you don't have legs. Go do it yourself. So she was like a mouthy. She would mouth back. She would attack you. She would say anything she wanted. So days pass by, and she passes on that road, and this constructor again does it. It's like something like that. Just did it. Not even like that. I promise I'm not like that. But that is what he used to do. It's an insult to a girl when you pass by and someone be like, something like that. I didn't even know I could whistle. It's disrespectful. That's the thing. Even if someone would like to give you a chance, they would literally refuse to give you a chance because you're being disrespectful. So men, learn how to quote a girl nicely, you know? Don't be disrespectful. Don't grab someone's back. Like where I grew from in markets, you would go on market day, man. Market days were Fridays, and you'd be passing and someone just like, you would be angry, but you don't have company, so your dad is not with you. No one is going to defend you. No one is going to help you, so you just ignore it. You get frustrated and move. Or sometimes they would grab your mango and be like, and they're like, why did you do that? So that's the only thing you can be like, throw words to them. Why did you do that? Don't ever touch me again. Something like that, you know. But people who are disrespectful will always do that. But how do you react? That's where we want to learn today. So, I missed the story, we're still on it. So, he said, he did it again. And the girl said, you're so stupid, and she called something and she threw at the builders, and she's like, don't ever talk to me like that. Let me not see your mouth do that for me again. You're so foolish. You're out of control. You're so dumb. I can't believe you are a human being. Look at you. You're so poor. You look poor. You smell poverty. Poverty looks at you from up to toe. You smell it. I can't even look at you. I want to throw up literally when I look at you. She didn't know. She didn't know who she was telling these things. This is the thing. We see people walking around, right? We don't know where they come from. You study with people in schools. You don't know where they come from. You don't know their hurts. You don't know who their family is. You don't know what they're capable of. So, this girl does that again. And this is the thing. When she went back and told the mom told her, don't respond back. When he does it, ignore him, just walk and go. Don't ever respond to anyone. If they do that, don't give them any like push to disrespect you. Don't say anything back. She didn't listen, right? She didn't listen. So that last time, the workers were about to finish. So it took a while, right? It took a while. It did not just, it took months because they were constructing and they finished their construction. So it took a while. And this is what happened. When they were about to leave, this girl was passing by and this man had set a plan for her. You get it? He had set a plan for this young girl. And this was the plan. So this girl, when she was passing by and they were about to leave, the construction workers, but among the construction workers, some of them were coming from the city to construct this building, but one of them was from that state where they were constructing. So they knew that boy. She was someone's child in the community. So when that girl was passing by, that dude did it again, but intentionally this time. I mean, he was fooling around even before, but he was serious. He liked the girl, but he was disrespectful. So that last time he does it again, say something like that. It was like, hey beauty, come here, I want to marry you. I'm going to marry you today. You're going back home with me. These are the words he says. Today, you're going to go back with me. And the girl says, don't talk to me. You're so stupid. Do I look like your wife? So she starts going again like she always does. And the man had cast a spell on her. This was the spell. He used her words each time she responded to him. He would take that and the spell would work. The spell would work because of her voice, her response. If she did not respond to her, the spell was not going to work on her, but he did it intentionally. So that is why I said you don't know the kind of people you live with. You find people on the road, you don't know who they are. We walk with witches, we talk with witches, you study with witches, you study with ghosts. I'm telling you right now, you study with unreal people, you study with monsters, you study with blood, people who are thirsty for blood, and you don't know that. What saves you in times like this? Like, we've seen so many people's children being killed, right? But their own fellow students, like a student stabbed another student, a student did this. Do you understand? But what always empowers these people to do what they do is your response. If you don't learn to be quiet, it's okay to be quiet in some situations. Let silence fight for you, right? So this man had cast a spell on this girl. From her words, the spell was going to take over. So when he did what he did, and the girl started saying, "You're so stupid, I'm not your class, don't talk to me ever again in your life, your existence, you're so dumb, so ugly, so dirty, you're like rubbish," and all that, whoo, the spell worked like that. And he said to the girl, and they were all alone, but one dude, the dude that was from the same community, was just with them, but away from them. And he had each and every single word that this dude was saying to the girl. So he witnessed everything that was happening. So the dude looked at the girl after the girl responded, and the spell caught the girl, and she stood and looked at this man. And this man spoke these words to the girl and said, "From today, you're following me home. You're going to be my wife. From today, you're following me home. You're going to be my wife. From today, you're following me home. You're going to be my wife." Just like that, the girl stops where she is sent. She turns and she starts following the man, the builder. She starts following the builder. And the other dude is watching, but he's scared, right? If you saw something like that, you saw someone casting a spell on somebody and it works instantly, what do? You tell me, what do? You don't blame this dude. He's like, "It's none of my business. I don't want to be the one following." You know what I'm saying? So the man, he hid himself, and he saw the man living with someone's daughter that day. They called the road together, they entered the car together, and he drove off the girl away from the community. And this young boy is witnessing everything. But he says, deep down in his heart, he had a voice telling him, "Do not say anything. Pretend you've not seen anything. Go do whatever you were doing. Don't even go tell the parents. Don't say anything." Me take a sip of water. How are you lost? Were you following this story? I'm sorry that you're lost, but I hope you follow the story. So anyway, they left together. When they left together, and this man did not take the girl in the city. This man drove the girl away to his village, where he came from, where he's born, where the mother lives, in their motherland. So this man was a witch, and where he came from, they were witches. They dealt in witchcraft. But he was in the city, and he was a builder. So in the city, he was known as a builder, a construction worker. But back home, he was a witch. Do you see that? Do you realize now that the people you might work with someone in the office, but they're actually non-secretaries. Your boss at night sleeps with a snake. Okay? So be careful around people. Be careful around people. Be careful responding words back and forth with people, because you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know the reason why someone provoked you in the first place. Maybe they're looking for your word. Be careful when someone, asks you photos, things like that I've talked about in the past. So this man takes this young girl to his village where he came from, and it was so poor. It was the most poor village that lived. Like, there were no cars ever, there were no motorbikes ever, there were even no bicycles ever. At least in the village, at least 2 people have bicycles, right? If it's a poor village, at least 1 person has a car in the whole village. Okay, that's a little bit a poor village, but at least they have. But this village was deep, and there were no cars coming around, there were no motorcycles. So even if she wanted to escape and the spell came off, she would not escape. She wouldn't leave, because no one comes around. So who are you going to tell the story? Are you going to run to the neighbor and be like, they abducted me? Nobody is going to save you, but because your mouth couldn't be quiet. So when the girl came in the house, when she came back to her senses the next day, tomorrow, this is the thing. Every single time, the man cast a new spell on the girl. But she could come to her understanding, and she realizes, I am not home. Where am I? So these are the things that she said when she found her. When she came back in her senses, she found herself in this poor village that we talked about. And there was this very old woman, the mother of this dude. She was so old, like someone so old. So she was so old because she was a witch. So, and not only that, they were also cannibals. They were eating human flesh. So she gets back to her senses, and all she sees is this old woman. And this old woman does not pay her any attention. She's doing her things around in a hut house. A hut house that is so poor. Do you know, like, there is a hut house back, like when people build hut houses, sometimes they could decorate them in the house and they would look amazing, even if they're just small hut trashy houses. But these people were poor. Like, they were eating food on a banana plant, like these things cut from bananas. That's what those were their utensils. But the dude is in the city. He's working as a construction worker, and he's getting actually a lot of money. But because they serve demons, they can't actually buy anything. And the village was poor, but the village was also cursed. This is what the girl said. The girl said that the village was cursed. It was so cursed that no one had anything. Like, everyone was poor, everyone looked old. So she finds herself in the morning, and this dude is lying next to her, and she screams, calling for help. Help, somebody help me. She's screaming in this man's house. She's screaming for help, but no one is there to help her. So the dude says, are you done screaming? Let me tell you, one thing you have to get used to: you're never going to see your parents again. You're never going to see your brother again. You're never going back to the city ever again. This is your home. You need to get used to everything that is going on here. You're going to start eating human flesh, because they were cannibals. So the girl is introduced to this world of witches, of witchcraft, and where she came from, she was saved. But because her mouth didn't save her. That's because the family knew Jesus and they attended church, she didn't. So her mouth didn't save her. If anything, they warned her, but she didn't listen, right? So she started crying. She cried. She told the dude, I am sorry. I am sorry for the times I insulted you. I am so sorry that I called you ugly. I am so sorry that I called you poor. Please forgive me, but please take me back home. Just please forgive me. The dude says, no, what is done is done. You're my wife. I've brought you here. You're my wife. Like, it's not going to change. Just, I forgive you, but this is your life. This is now your new life. So the dude wakes up and leaves and goes back to the city to do the work that he's doing. So he could go back to the city and do the work he's doing, and then he comes back to the village, to the mount. So the woman stayed there, and she started going to the garden to do work, the chores, to bring water. The woman started sending and mistreating her, and every night the woman would dance and go outside. So one night, that very night that she started working, when the husband had left in the morning, and this man had had sexual relations with him while he was in the spell part of it, when she was still under the spell, the man used her. So when this man used her, when she was asleep, the next morning the dude left. And that night, after she cleaned like that hot house, she mopped the compound, she fetched water from the stream, and then she came back home. She's tired, she's exhausted, and the woman gives her meat, human flesh meat, and she refuses to eat it. She refuses to eat. And the woman says, stay like that, you're gonna die of starvation if you don't start eating. So she started crying. She's tired, she's working so hard, and then she's not eating. So she started crying and calling out to her mom, her dad, and then the man left a spell on her, not to go anywhere. So she cannot even talk to anyone around the village. She cannot even have a friend because she's under a spell. So she is driven to do anything they tell her to do, she has to do. So she started, so at night when she was sleeping, and it was no rooms because it was like a small hut, so they were sleeping in the same. As she was sleeping, she had someone, like a lot of wind coming in the hut house, like it wants to snatch the hut off, like the leaves of the hut. And it was so cold, this wind, this ghost wind, okay? It was coming around, and when she opened her eyes, in shock, and she's scared because she has never seen this before. The woman is up. The mother-in-law is awake. It's time to hunt. It was time for her to go and find food. So these people who are cannibals, they have things that possess them in the night. I don't know how they call it here, but back in Africa, there is a name, an African name for that. Like a demon. I think demons, not even one demon, or maybe a demon, like comes on you and you're not in your full understanding, like you're possessed. Yeah, that is the best way to say it. You get possessed, and then you get out of the house, and then you're led outside. So she was sleeping, and when she wakes up, the woman was awake and she was dancing. Do you know dancing? This witchcraft kind of dancing, like this possessed kind of dancing, not dancing normally. She was dancing, and there was a lot of wind blowing and blowing and blowing in the heart, and she's dancing, going outside, dancing and going. The girl is in awe. She's in shock. She's like, what am I going to do? She's like, mom. She's just calling her mom because she didn't even know. At that time, she's under a spell, so she doesn't even know what to do. So she's looking. The woman goes out, and she was a very old woman during the day, but in the night she would be so strong. She would be the strongest human being because she's running away from the house and dancing and in power that even a young woman cannot be in. So she witnesses everything. The woman goes and out in that wind, and then when she left, the wind decreased because it was time for her to go. That is why I say that they are possessed. So that is why that wind was there. So the woman left in the night. The girl rose and started walking around the house in circles. She doesn't know what to do. She's crying. She doesn't know who to call. She doesn't. So the family where she comes from, they don't know what happened. This young boy who witnessed what happened didn't go back to tell the family what was happening or what happened to their daughter because he was so scared. He was scared. But who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? So yes, it's story time. Thank you, Ruben. Josiah, go be somewhere else. Go to bed. It's time for your nap time. Go to bed. So, who's listening? You guys paying attention? So, she stays there crying and moving around the house and she doesn't know what to do. So after some time, the woman comes back in the house with a dead body. Now, this is an old woman. During the day, she's even folded, like her back is folded during the day. She walks while she's shaking, but her back was nice and upright, and she had strength, because to carry a dead body, it takes a lot of strength, right? Mostly at least 3 or 4 people carry a dead body. Let me tell you, someone is light when they're still alive. The moment they die, they are heavy. Or even when they're in coma, like that state of death when their body has given up, they are so heavy. But this old woman came back with a dead body in the house. She was seated there and she had something but falling down, and she looks over. It's a dead body on the ground. She stands up in terror, but who's there to help? The mother-in-law is coming behind the dead body. She enters the house. She locks the house, like the door they had on the hut house closes, and the woman falls down like nothing happened. Like she's from a marathon, like she's from, she's exhausted. She sleeps, and the dead body is in the house. The one who brought it is asleep. She's exhausted. Then the young girl is watching the dead body. Yeah. It is smelling. Let me tell you, someone smells so awful when they die. It smelled. But it was fresh, because each time someone died in the village, this house could go and remove the dead bodies, and sometimes she could bring live people. So she's there, she's looking, she's scared, she's crying. The good thing is that the dead body was sleeping, but the other people used to come when they're alive, like alive. So this dead body was not alive. It didn't arose and come on its own. I think she came carrying it, but we're gonna get into that. So she's watching, she's crying, and then somehow she falls asleep. You might start asking me, how can you fall asleep when a dead body? Let me tell you, sleep is sleep. Because she had worked the whole day and she didn't get sleep, sleep will take over when you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you're not exhausted, when you're in shock, when you're in terror. I thought when my dad died, I'll never sleep again. That is what I thought. I thought I'd never sleep again because I don't want to sleep. I slept the day my dad was outside, the day we were burying my dad, the night before that we came. I slept. I slept. And when I woke up, it was like a dream. I saw him in the coffin. I'm like, I thought it was a nightmare. I wish it was a nightmare, but he was gone. So she slept. In the morning, when she woke up, the woman was preparing the dead body. She could be the first person to wake up. The first person to wake up, and should be the last person to go to bed. So she was preparing her dead body. And this girl, remember, she hasn't ate anything because she refused to eat a dead body. She refused to eat meat because she knew. Because she saw fingers before. Then she confirmed at night. So the woman said, are you going to eat? Are you now ready to eat? She said, no, I'm not hungry. She said, okay, prepare to go and start working. Go bring water. Go start digging. So she started digging. And that's it. The other night, time went on. But when the man slept with this girl, the girl got pregnant. She got pregnant and she didn't know. So after 2 weeks, she started puking, throwing up and all that, and she's not eating. The mother-in-law notices and she says, you're pregnant. You're going to give birth to my grandchild. You need to start eating. You're going to start eating right now. I'm forcing you to eat or I'm sending you out in the night alone. And this village was strange. So the girl couldn't risk to go out alone in the night. So the girl says that she became brave and she started eating the meat. She started eating the dead body that he saw. God, she started eating it without feeling it, eating, and she threw up. And then this is what the woman told her. She said, you're going to get used to it. Don't worry. It takes time to adopt, but you'll get used to it. She's crying. The man comes back after 9 months. And this time, he had come back for a good while. So he could come and stay for a while and goes back to the city. So the girl had given birth to a baby when he came back. They rose the baby and time went by. Each night the woman goes out and brings that body. And one night she said when the woman went out, she brought a dead body came front. He was the first one, so this dead body was working, but the main reason was this dead body to work in their field. Because the old woman was weak during the day and this girl was not used to digging, so they needed someone so she could make dead bodies dig for food. They could work in the plantation, in their plantation. Someone died, you think you buried your person and they are digging at night in someone's plantation. Oh my God, devil. The devil is so bad, you mates. Don't ever serve him. So he saw the dead body. So the dead body was leading and she didn't know. She was in the house sleeping with the baby and the dead body comes leading, boom, boom, jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping, and it gets in the house. It's not walking like how you're walking, it's just jumping like that. Yeah, God, I pray I don't dream about it. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus. So everything is good. How you doing? Thank you. So this girl sees a dead body coming in the house. Yeah. And it's inside. So when it reaches inside, it falls down. And it's looking. She's in terror. Terror. The baby is sleeping. And they started feeding the baby with soup for these people they bring. So the husband is back to and the mom, and they take this man to dig in their plantation. So the whole night the dead body is digging and making food for these people. And during when they get tired, they kill this dead body, like when meat is out, and then they get another dead body. But people in the village were losing people, and people were dying. But this family, that's where the witchcraft was coming from. I mean, even the other families, I think some of them. So this girl was scared, and she was still under like the spell. So the baby grew, and the man stayed for a year there, and he gave her another pregnancy, and she got pregnant again. The man left, so she stayed in that life of living with these demons in the house with dead bodies, and they are eating them. So she's also now given in, so she's under, like, she could also get possessed, but she couldn't go in the night. She says she always stayed home, but the husband, the man, and the mother-in-law would go every single night, and they would come back with dirty legs and just sleep, tired. So she's crying every single day. She cried, and she says she doesn't know, but someday she had a voice say, call on the name of God. But it has never happened, right? It had never happened to her. She's never thought about calling God or calling Jesus or calling anyone who would help. So she started crying. Yee, Johansson. See, your name says be quiet and leave. Anyway, so she said, you know what, let me just call. So she started crying. She doesn't even know how to pray. She said, God help me, I want to go back home. How am I going to go back home? She's also starting to look old because of what they are eating. So they're cursed. The family is cursed. So the curse of the family is starting to attack her because she's also feeding on meat of people, and then she's also involved with this family, and she even has children for them. So these kids were growing. When she said, she started crying and said, God help me, please help me, I don't know what to do, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, they forced me to be here. So help didn't come instantly. She stayed there, she looked, time went by, she lost hope. Because I'm telling you, in this village, no car went there, no motorbike went there, nothing. And she could not talk to the neighbors. So the neighbors would just like see her, and they would stay away from the family because they knew what the family was. So one time like this, see, those times like you pray and be like, when am I going to get answered? When is God coming in for me? Like what and what and what? Someday help will come. So she had given up. She's looking old, a young girl, because after these years, this is what the family thought she was dead somewhere. They thought someone maybe killed her, like in a well or something like that, and they never found the body. So they gave up on this girl because years had passed. I think they were like 5 to 6 years. It went on because the kids grew, and the kids were like, one child was at least like 14, and the other child was at least like 8. Like they had grown. So a long time had passed, like a long time had passed, and the kids had grown somehow. At least 8 years had passed, or 7 years had passed since that happened. So she had given up on hope. She knew she was not leaving this village ever. She knew nothing was coming in. But this is the thing that saved her. The parents kept praying for her. See, parents, don't stop praying for your children. Even if they are married somewhere, you don't know what your kids go through in marriage. Wherever they are, keep putting your children in prayers. Cover them every single time. So they thought their child had passed, but they didn't stop praying for her because they didn't see the body. So the dad prayed every single day and said, God, and even the mom said, God, if our child is alive, we pray for your protection upon their lives. Please bring them home. So they had also given up on hope. They thought their kid had died, but they didn't stop praying. Okay, they didn't stop saying, if she's alive, please protect her, bring her back to us. But time had passed on. And she could also cry and be like, God, when will you ever remember me? When will you ever bring me back home? I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm like, whatever she was going through, she was smelling. These people never used to shower because they were all possessed. Whew. And she had kids with them. But this all happened because she didn't keep quiet. Only if she had kept quiet, this was not going to happen, right? So we need to learn to be quiet in some situations. We'll save us so many things. Save us so many things that we'll talk about at the end. So one time, this dude, this specific dude who saw what happened, he asked the dude, this builder, the husband to this girl, or the rapper will say, because the girl didn't choose, so it's not a marriage, if anything. She was abducted. So this boy takes courage. After years, right? After years, he takes courage and he talks to this dude because they knew each other. They were like friends. So when he knew he didn't cut off connection, he said, I'll just keep him there because he will be, curious. Why did I break up with him and anything like that? So he called this dude and said, hey, I've never seen your home. I want to go see your mom, where you come from. We're your friends, and I want to see your wife. You said you got a wife, and children. And when God is going to save you, he literally closes eyes for your enemies. Their eyes close, like they get closed in a way. This dude would have known better that this dude comes from the same community. If she sees this girl, he will know, right? But his eyes were closed. He said, okay, cool, I will come get you and take you to my village, but just know it's so far, it's so dirty, it's in the deep. No one goes there ever, like only people who are born there. Even people who are born there don't want to come. He says, it's okay. But his goal was to come and save this girl if she's still alive. That's what he said. So they board and then they go to see the family. When they reach there, my God, when he reached in the house and this girl saw him, because this dude was no longer performing spells on this girl, because he did his spells and after years the girl accepted her fate. So the spells were not important. He stopped doing them. So she would recognize anyone she knew from the past. She would know who to talk to, and all that. So when this man came in the house, she looked at this man and said, whoa. She kept her cool. Like, I don't know you. I don't even remember you. So that doesn't wake up the enemy's eyes. So when this dude came in, she was like, he also pretended like he didn't know anything. He was like, oh my God, you have such a beautiful wife. And saw the kids and said, played with the kids, spoke to the dude. They had a good interaction. Saw the mom, spoke to the mom. Oh mom, I'm so glad to see you. He has been hiding you from me, They go on. So when this man leaves to go pick something in the garden and the mother is also away and they're left alone together somehow by chance, he says, oh my God, do you remember me? Do you remember me? And she says, yeah, keep it cool. Don't do anything. They will kill you. They will eat you. They eat people. So she starts saying things like, they eat people, they eat dead bodies, they feed me dead bodies. Please go if you can. Go tell my family that I'm dead. Like, that's what she's saying to the dudes. Like, tell my family, when you go back, don't give them hope. I'm never getting away from here. I have no one is going to help me. No one is ever going to help me. So he said, no, I am here to help you. I am here to help you escape. She's like, there are no cars here, no motorcycles, nothing. We have children. He says, this is what you're going to do. You're supposed to leave these kids behind. We are supposed to run just the two of us. I have to get you out of here. So she said, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do in the night? The man says, in the night, we will escape. He says in the night they are possessed, right? She says, yeah, they get possessed in the night, they go out. So we'll wait for them to get possessed and then we'll run. They make a plan. The girl is scared because this dude had promised him, if you ever run and I catch you, we'll eat you. We'll cook you and we'll eat you. And no one will know about you. So she was scared. But the voice in her said, be strong. The kids, leave them. They don't belong to you. Those kids don't belong to you. Now you might start asking me questions. It's a story. It's a story. It's not my business. There is a reason why the kids had to be left behind. So, because they're the same blood, you know what I'm saying? So, the girl, these people come back, they prepare, they eat. This dude also takes heart. He has to be one of them. He eats what they give to him. And he says, I have to save this girl. So, let me tell you, when God is going to save you, he even uses the unexpected. He uses people in mysterious ways. People can sacrifice what they couldn't sacrifice in their senses to ever come for your help. So when the day for your help comes, help will come, believe me. So they eat, and in the night that wind comes, crazy wind, and the dude spoke to the friend and said, you know what, in the night me and my mom go somewhere, so he doesn't like say his business, but the girl says his business when they're talking with this man. So they go out in the night with this wind that takes them, they're possessed, and they leave. The man gets up immediately, tells the woman, let's go, let's go. But they're kids, right? Kids have grown and they're in the house and they're not possessed, okay? They could also get possessed some days, mostly when they're going to eat and they're doing their rituals. But in the night, they wouldn't go with them yet. So the kids told mom, where are you going? So the mom says, you know what? Me and Uncle Thing, we are going to go here, bring you cars and things. So anything you'd use to deceive children. So they deceived the kids. And the girl decided to run away with this dude. They ran. But this is what the guy said to the girl, said, when we run, don't look behind. Whatever you hear, any voices that call you, I paid good attention to every road that we came in. There is a particular road where buses pick up people every single day. I don't know if they will be there. Let's just run away. I don't know if we are going to get saved. I don't know if we'll reach. But let's die trying. Let's just run. Let's just run. So that's what she says. But he says, do not look back. Don't look back. You'll feel wind. You'll feel things coming after you. Do not look back. We are going together. Just hold my hand and don't look back. The girl says, okay. So they start running. They get out of the hot house. It is dark. It is cold. It is filled with terror. It's filled with filth. It's filled with evil. They're running and running and running in the forest. They're running and running and running and running and not looking back. In the midst of them running, the voices start calling. This dude, they know that these people are running. They start calling their names. The girl says she started hearing the voice of the mother-in-law and the son calling, Annette, Annette, stop. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat you if I catch you. Don't go with him. Don't go with him. Face back. Return to your children. Things like that. So they start cussing and saying like words like that to her. She's running. And this dude too. So they are all hearing voices and they're hearing wind coming behind them. But it is the wind of these things, but for them they're still far away because they're possessed. But the wind is following up. While they're hearing the wind, they're running. Fear is coming behind them. They're running. They're not looking back. And this is the thing. They started hearing axes behind them because they were followed. So things are getting thrown at them. They don't know what it is. But the man says to the girl, don't look back, don't look back, run, run, run. Don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared. So that is the only thing the girl is hearing. But she's like, I am not understanding anything. It's getting crazy. It's getting out of control. I'm starting to feel like I'm fainting, right? They run, they run. Then the dude realizes they're not going to make it. He knows they're not going to make it. So this is what he does. He knocks on the first house they came to, the first hut. So they leave the road where they were supposed to go and they branch where, like, it's a forest, and they're getting inside. And he's like, you know what, any house we'll get into and they accept us inside, let's just believe them, let's just trust them. If they catch us and kill us, I don't know what to do, but let's just get into any house that accepts us. So they knock on the first door and no one responds. Because at night, this village is a village of terror. People know what goes on in the night. So they don't open. No, they don't open. Okay? So they run on the first house, they knock, they call for help, but things are coming behind them and they can feel the wind. They can feel like that mighty wind, and they know something is actually following them. So they run, they knock the first house, they refuse to open. They run like another mile to reach another house. They knock, no one opens, no one opens, no one opens. The fourth door, fifth door, the sixth, they run. They don't know how much they ran. They continue running, but they say they don't get tired, because when you're in a state where you're going to lose your life, I'm telling you, you'll give it your all. You won't even know where fast will come from. That fastness, you don't know where it will come from. That thirst that comes when you're running, you don't know how it disappears. You're literally just running to save life. So luckily, one last house lived a very old man. When they knocked that house, the man opened the door for them, got them inside real quick and banged the door. When he banged the door, there are things he placed on his door. When he placed the things on his door, he said, keep quiet. Don't say anything. I am going to hide you under. So this dude had like a certain room in his house, but under, he said, I'm going to hide you in case they really break through. I am going to, they want to know that you guys are here. I'll tell them I've not seen anyone. But how do you trust a stranger? How do you trust someone that lives in the same village? How do you trust this old man? Who is he? Okay. But in times like that, anything that comes to save you, you just accept it. So the old man brought them in, and just in a few minutes of them being inside, they had a terrible wind on the door. It's banging, it wants to break down the door, but the old man is standing on the door, is not leaving, and he's saying, someone's get away, you devil, get away. And he's saying like these words they're not understanding, and he's putting things on his door. He's like, when you enter, you're going to be trapped, you're going to die. When you step a foot in this house, you're going to die from the door. So what's powerful? When witches are casting spells, they use words. The Bible says that your tongue is the greatest thing in your life. It has life and death. Actually, the Bible says it has life and death, right? On your tongue. That's why be careful when you say things to yourself. I'm ugly, I'm poor, I come from a poor, things like that, don't say them. Even if you're poor, it's okay. Say, I am rich, I'm gonna make it, I am strong. You know, say those words, because words are powerful. When witches are casting spells, they use words. When you're casting a spell out of someone, you use words. In the Bible, in case you're using God, use words. Like, words are very powerful. So this old man was enchanting words, but I think he was calling on to God for me when I see that, because these people were in shock, so they could literally not understand anything that this man was saying. But he was saying that what he kept saying is like, when you step foot in this house, you're going to die from the door. When you step foot in this house, you're going to die from the door. Get away from my house. And he was saying these words with command. So each time you're saying things, you need to say them with command, with the authority, because some spirits are authoritative, like they work with authority. So he was speaking with authority. It's my house. Step in it, you're dying. The first step you put in, you're dead. So he was saying all these words. And immediately, like after some time of him battling with this spiritual realm, the wind started backing off slowly. They could hear it, like they could feel it, even if they couldn't see it. It started backing off, and terror like that went away from the door. But who's this man? What if it's another witch, right? So, they feel relieved. It's gone. But now what? Now what? They look at the old man. The old man sits and says, don't say anything. Anything you've seen, anything you've heard until tomorrow morning. Be quiet. Don't say anything. Like nothing. So they sat in the house, and the old man in the house with their lamp beside them. And they stayed there for the night. They didn't sleep. They didn't sleep. This time there was no sleep. No sleep. Team no sleep. They didn't sleep because they're like, who's this dude, mate? He saved us, but are we really safe? So, morning came. Morning never refuses to come. That's why it says you might face terror in the night, but joy comes in the morning. Every word in the Bible is so powerful. That's why you guys just read the Bible. Even if you don't believe in it, you don't believe in God, buy a Bible like any other book. You're going to realize that the day-to-day life we live in is based on the words from the Bible. So, night was terror. In the morning, they made it. They looked at the dude. They fell down and thanked him. They're like, thank you so much. How are we going to survive? Where are we going to go? So, in the morning, early in the morning, when the old man woke up, told them that, you know what, I will take you until where the cars are, until where it's safe. I myself will take you to where it's safe for you guys to go. But go with God. That's what he told them. Go with God. So, before they left, this dude showed up on the old man's door. He knew. How did he know? See the spiritual? That's why I always say life is spiritual, y'all, and you don't believe me. You need to start believing me. Life is spiritual than you actually think. So he knew. He came to that man's door early in the morning before they got out. And this is what happened. As soon as the old man opened the door and he saw him, he said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That is what the old man said. He didn't exchange words with him back and forth. What are you doing on my door? Get the hell out of my door. Ugh. No. And I think the girl learned a lesson that night that don't say a word. Or if you're saying anything to someone. And I think she learned that we walk with people, but not all of them are human beings. That sits into you. We walk with people, but not all of them are human beings. Some are serving the enemy, some are serving God, and some are in the middle. They don't know what to do and where to go. So be careful, right? So that is the word he said. He said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And the woman says, because they were all out living, the man didn't have power to cast a spell or say anything. So whatever spell he came with, anything he came with to distract them or to cast a spell on them and go with them, it didn't work. He left on his own. And the old man caught their hand and took them out. And this dude lived alone. But I think he had stayed there for a long time. But I think he was safe. But these kind of dudes, where do I go? I'll just stay here and God will protect me. The fact that he stayed there for a long time and he was old, he really has stories to tell. So, God used this old man to save these two. But the first step that was taken was this girl realizing and says, oh, let me call the name of God. And the other step was the parents praying for the girl. So those prayers are the only reason why she was actually saved. The reasons that enforced this man to get up and be like, but that girl, to hunt for the girl and go search for the girl, right? So they went until where the car was and he placed them in the bus. This is the things he said. He said, go with God. Don't ever come back here. So they drove off and they left. This girl says, I don't think that dude even stayed in the thing. Maybe he was an angel that God sent to save us. Placed a house there and this old man. Because who was this man? Right? So, he didn't even ask anything from them. And they left and they reached town. So when they reached town, because they had to go from the city and go back to where she comes from, the parents were there in the house. Just like any other day, they forgot the daughter existed. Ooh! The daughter walked in their front door like that. She's looking old because she no longer looks good like the way she looked. She walked in the door like that, and the man, the father, fainted. He couldn't believe his eyes. He's like, I can't believe it. There are things that happen and you're like, mostly if you think someone died. So he passed, like he fainted, and they started, helping him out of that. And the girl fell down on her knees and she started crying, weeping. The father said, where have you been, my child? What happened with this dude? So that dude tells the story, but he doesn't tell everything. He says his story, the day they left and went, and then how he went back to pick the girl. Then the girl says the rest of the story of the things that happened. So they take the girl to church. They start praying for the girl because right now she's possessed because she was eating human meat, right? Ooh! So they prayed for her. Of course, deliverance took time. It didn't go that very instant. She could bite her teeth, like eat her teeth in the night every time she slept. So she was possessed too. So they started praying for her until she got delivered. She said she didn't go back for the kids. This man also never showed up in that city ever again because this man talked about him and he had a photo of him because he made friendship with him for that. He got a photo of him because they were friends, showed it to everyone so like they would know who he was, so they would not allow him in that city. And that, guys, was the end of the story. She had to sacrifice kids and leave them. But why did she have to leave the kids? Because these kids had a blood that was not a good bloodline. I mean, they could pray for the kids to change, but it was the blood of this man, and it wasn't like this woman was not married to this man. She was abducted. So, anyway, that is all that had to happen. So, like what language? So anyway, that is the end of the story. What did you learn from today's story? I learned to be quiet when I don't like a situation. Because think about it, when people don't keep quiet, they get problems. Sometimes you get killed for speaking. Sometimes because you speak words that hurt someone so deep, they be like, I'll teach her a lesson, things like that. So hit me up with some questions. What did you guys think about story time today? Did you learn something? Tell me in the comments before I go, because I'm leaving right now. Hit me some questions. I've learned respecting people when they warn you of someone or when they tell you to not do something. Please don't do it because it's for your own safety. Keep quiet. Even in your marriage, learn to keep quiet in some situations. Don't be someone who speaks so quick without listening first and paying attention. Know who's speaking to you. There are people who shouldn't cost you your time. So learn to be quiet. Learn to be careful with people that you live with, people you work with, people you find on the road, people that are on the internet. I know you guys don't want to hear these things, but it's so important. And the other thing is that have God. Have God, at least if you don't have a family that has God that will pray for you, because prayers will always save you from situations like these. It might take time, but you'll still be saved at the end of the day. So, my girls, learn to be quiet, and men too, be careful out there. I'll be bringing some more stories about men too. And there is this specific story of this dude who liked women so much, but he could get women from the road. He could park his car each time he's going, and then he says to a woman, "Hey, can I take you home?" Men like that, I'm bringing a story next week. That story time ends today. Tomorrow, Saturday, stretching classes for members, and then Sundays stretching class for Build and Flex. Even if you're not a member, you get to stretch with me for 1 hour, and then next week we start all over again. And between days, I have 3 days or 4 days that I post yoga videos for my girls, stretching, flexing, getting flexible, feeling good, relieving fatigue, body soreness. You go to bed feeling amazing and relieved. So this is a good channel, so please subscribe, give this channel a like. I'm here, I teach you guys, I come and spend time with you and tell you good stories that you learn from, that you love, right? So just help me hit the notification button so you don't miss any of my videos, and please subscribe, please like, and please comment. Don't make it come over there, pop you right in the face. See that? So please subscribe and go show some love in all my videos. If you don't know, go stretch every single day with me. Even when I don't post, you stretch with me, because the videos are already uploaded and up there. Gonna help you with your health. You'll thank me when you grow and you reach like 40 years, and you'll be like, yeah, because I've been stretching all the time, that is the reason my bone is not cracking each time I bend over. So take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your heart, protect your heart at all costs, okay? And the other thing is that love God, know God, bring him in your life, read the Bible to help you out. But otherwise, I've had a great time with you guys. Thanks for spending time with me. Thanks for giving me your time. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for loving me. And if you really enjoyed my videos, you could always leave a super thanks if that's what you love. But liking is enough. Commenting is enough. I love you guys a lot. I'll see you in the next one. Do you guys have questions for me? I'm just gonna give you like 3 minutes of hitting me with any questions or anything that you'd like to discuss, or like a little bit of what you learned in today's story. Let me know. Tell me. It is time for that. And then I'll leave. Let me actually see, because I want to see how. Oh, ooh. Hit me up with some questions. I'm tired too. Did you guys learn something today? Do you love story time? Somebody been talking about the Fenty. I don't know these things. Leave me alone. And marshmallows. Who says I'm so lost that I know she's speaking English but I don't understand the word? I'm sorry, mate, if my accent is so bad. I'll try. I'm trying so hard. I'm gonna try even harder for you guys to understand me. I'm gonna be doing like that. How often is story time? Story times every single day. It's only days that I'm so only Sundays. Story time does not happen on Sunday and Saturday because Saturday is membership classes, live class, and then Sundays we also have live classes for the Build and Flex channel. So, but story time is from Monday to Friday. But I can't promise every single day. And I always spend like 1 hour, sometimes 1.5. It depends like what stories I'm telling, how early did I come on. That is what it is. How do you become a member? You just join the channel. There is let me see. When you go to my profile, there is where you shows to sign. So you just like tap and become a member, and then you can access membership benefits, no ads during stretching, and you get to see some of the videos first, which I'm working on. So I'm working on even posting more for members. You get to talk to me one-on-one when I'm stretching. You can ask me questions, or you can leave what you want me to work on, specific areas that you want me to tap and focus on, and then I'll bring stretches for that. So that is what membership is specifically about, and those are the benefits. So you can always sign. You just tap my profile. And thank you so much if you become one. Thanks for joining the family, Build and Flex family. All right, mates, I love you guys a lot. Have a wonderful rest of the night, and I'll see you tomorrow, members, of course, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of the night. God bless you. Bye.